Okay, we're here today to talk about Jorge Perez. Definitely one of the great artists today. And I have in front of me here a stack of the Teen Titans. And I want to talk a little bit about Jorge Perez because, in my opinion, Jorge Perez is one of those artists that came out in the very early 80s, late 70s that in the beginning he has not found his style yet. If you look at his early work, it was nothing great, it wasn't bad, but at the same time, it's significantly different than what it is today. Unlike someone like John Byrne, or even like Neil Adams, you can see that they hit the high note very quickly and stay at the high level, and didn't show much improvement over time compared to Jorge Perez. Perez is one of those artists, in my opinion, that start out okay, nothing great, and then over time he improved and developed his style to a point where it is really good. I have in front of me here a 1980 book, The Avengers. And if you look through the art of this book, okay, if you don't know, if you skip the credit of who drawing it, you almost would have guessed that it's John Buscema. It definitely does not look anything like what Jorge Perez is today. It's interesting, how his style evolved over the years, and for his tenure at Marvel in the early days, I think, a lot of his work looked like this. Like I said, the first time I flipped through this book years ago, I thought it was John Buscema. Before I, look at the credit and I'm like, oh, it's Jorge Perez. But that being said, you can see a hint of his style that it is still today. Jorge Perez is extremely detailed, where he put a lot of stuff in a panel, and as in his early work, you can see they are filled with stuff. And even this shot right here, if there's one shot, one panel of this entire book that would make you think that it is Jorge Perez and his style has not changed much, would be this one right here. The eyes, the way he draw the eyes like that. But it's like I said, it's not bad. Like I said, his early drawing for Marvel was not bad, but at the same time, it's nothing distinguishable. It's nothing that would cause someone to go out there and say, oh, hire Jorge Perez to do some books because he's gonna sell millions. And then, as you can see, his artwork on the X-Men in the other videos that I show, it was okay. Like I said, nothing stand out. Now, I will backtrack into how I discovered Jorge Perez. Back in early '82s or so, I was buying just 3 or 4 titles of Marvel. I have not considered buying any DC, and then I ran across this book. When this book first came out, and I saw the cover, I saw the detailed artworks on the cover, I was blown away. I remember buying this and said to myself, wow, the new Teen Titans, this is interesting. And I bought it, and I was extremely happy with the content inside as far as art and stories. It was really good, and I keep on buying new Teen Titans for the next couple of years, and went back and bought all the back issues. Luckily, they were not that expensive to buy, so I was able to buy. But and then over the years, of course, I discover Perez's earlier work, and I noticed how much it's changed. But here is issue number 1. This is the I bought number 1 and number 2 shortly after I discovered the new Teen Titans. These are, at best fine condition book. There's a lot of flaws to it, but right away I noticed, if you compare to his artwork now or prior to the new Teen Titans, it's significantly different. I mean, he found his groove at the start of the new Teen Titans. I found the artwork inside to be extremely good, and Romeo Tango, the regular inker for this book, did a fantastic job for many years. I think the collaboration between those two are fantastic, and Jorge Perez is actually a pretty decent inker himself. He even said that many times that he prefers his own inking if he has the time. But it's a beautiful book. I think no doubt number 2 is a lot of fun, especially with the new Arrow TV show right now of this character. But I enjoy the new Teen Titans. I enjoy all the members, and I think the storyline was really good. If you enjoy the X-Men runs between 94 through 143, I think you will enjoy the first 50 issues of the new Teen Titans. It's not the same, but I think as far as quality of stories and art, it is absolutely fantastic. And Jorge Perez, is great. Here is, since then I have replaced both number 1 and number 2 with something much nicer, as you can see. These books are not that expensive. You can buy them on eBay fairly cheap. So if you can go and grab a whole lot for cheap, I say it's good reading. And there are tons of great covers of this book, of this series, like this one. Jorge Perez should be very proud. I'm sure he is of his tenure at the new Teen Titans book. I can look through these books today now that I pulled them out. But like I said, there's a lot of really good looking work here. But look at this book, just fantastic. Here's one of my favorite too, red. I love the color red and yellow. So whenever you see a cover like this, gorgeous. Of course, years later when he did the Crisis on Infinite Earth, his art is wonderful. Even Wonder Woman, like I said, his style has improved so much the day that he joined DC and started the new Teen Titans, and definitely one of the top artists alive today, in my opinion. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Bye.